So, I've been doing a lot of inner work this last year, and through that journey, I discovered some sexual assault that happened when I was much younger. I just think it started right when I was around 4, but I was sexually assaulted multiple times as a child, and even much later into life, I've been sexually assaulted probably about 8 times, all said and done. And on the flip side of that, I've, you know, been the person sexually assaulting people and even animals when I was really young. I internalized a lot of the things that had happened to me, and I didn't really have any framework to process that, so I kind of just did the same things without really being conscious of why I was doing it. And for a long time, I had a lot of repressed memories around those events, and I didn't even myself understand why I had done a lot of the things I had done. This last year, I've been really going in and examining my past and the patterns of behavior that are influencing me today. And I've been able to heal from a lot of it. I really think that just being open and honest about the things that I've been through and the things that I've done has really allowed me to shed a lot of the guilt surrounding the whole situation. Um, it's easy to acknowledge that, you know, it's easy to say that you've done your best, but it's still really hard to let go of a lot of things that you did when you didn't know that there were better options. And especially now, looking back on it, it can be really hard to forgive yourself for things where you made a really, at the time, harmful decision for yourself and for other people, and still forgive yourself and have the grace to say that, hey, this was the best decision I could make at that time. And maybe it wasn't good. Maybe it really hurt people. Maybe it really hurt myself. But at least I'm able to look at that and identify that it's not something I want to do again. And that's the start of the process to learn how to have better tools to deal with those situations when they happen and how to avoid hurting people in the future. I don't want to come across for a second and minimize the impact that I've had on people in my life. And when I say I sexually assaulted, people and animals, it's I think there's different levels of it. And I think if I had not done the work to start healing myself, it could have gotten worse. But I also think that I'm just really glad that I'm doing the work to heal. Some of the things that I've done, they really hurt people. I want to make sure I'm honoring the damage that I've done, but giving myself the grace to let go of it. This is still something that's really hard for me to process. This is still something that deep inside it does set off those kind of looping thought patterns. And I do have to kind of like pull myself out of that. I think that healing through trauma is like going through layers of an onion. And you have to kind of peel across more and more until you get to the deeper ones. I what I can say is that I've never raped anyone, but I have come very close, and I have coerced people into having sex with me. And regardless of my intentions for the situation, I I need to own that and own that damage that I've done. But I also need to acknowledge that, you know, there are people out there intentionally hurting people. There are people out there who are aware of this and that they are letting it go unchecked. And that I'm not doing that. I'm doing the effort. I'm taking the work. I'm doing the effort and doing the work to heal. And I think that's at least worth something. I I really still struggle a lot with, you know, letting myself let go of this. But I think that sharing this just makes it a little bit easier. And I'm really glad to have a place where y'all will hear me talk about this. I'm really grateful for a chance to do this work and to heal from my sexual trauma. And there's a lot of people who never develop the tools to heal from that. And I think that as a society, we just need to get together and acknowledge that this is a real problem. There is as many as like 1 in 4 people who are sexually assaulted by family members. That's so common. That means like out of every 4 people you know, one of them has been touched by their family member. And for this to be this common, for people not to talk about these things that they're struggling with, for them to just shove it down and repress it and just get in this mental state where they hate themselves for it. I don't think that's healthy, and I don't think it's helping anything. I think what we really need is open discussion about how hard this is and how messy of a process it is, and how it's okay to make mistakes as long as you're doing everything you can to learn from them and to grow as a person. I think that a lot of us are really hard on ourselves when we make mistakes, and we can have a tendency of shutting down instead of reaching out for support. And I just want to be part of the change that lets people get the support that they need, and lets this be an open conversation, because we're all struggling with this in some way, shape, or form. And if we don't heal from it, we're going to hurt each other without meaning to. So I want to live in a world where we're not hurting each other without meaning to. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Thank you for letting me air some of my dirty laundry and just feel free to express my struggles in this space. It really means a lot to me to just be able to have this format and that so many people can resonate with it. So, thank you, and much love always.